Yesterday, Aaron Rodgers discussing his future in the NFL. He says after the Super Bowl, he's going to take a 4-day darkness retreat. Rodgers called it, quote, a pretty cool opportunity to do a little self-reflection in some isolation. And then after that, I feel like I'll be a lot closer to a final decision. All right, Shannon, what's your reaction?
Hell, Aaron has always isolated himself. He's always done what's best for Aaron. What the hell is all of a sudden now he needs to go into isolation? Every time I hear him talk, I go into darkness.
Yep.
Skip, I'm confused by this. All he talks about is doing what's best for Aaron. When has Aaron done what's best for anyone else? The Packers. It's always been about him. Because when they thought he was on the decline and they wanted to move in another direction, oh, how could y'all do me like this? Not looking at what's best for the team. It's always about him. He needs to go to darkness. You know, this won't... Wasawuga or whatever that messy ayahuasca, yeah, whatever he's drinking. Sometimes you just go to meditate. You just go and you don't pull the blinds down when you go to sleep, and you don't cut your phones off. I start to hear you talk. I want to do everything that you mentioned that people don't do. Yep. Cut my phone off, pull the blinds down, put a blindfold on, plug my ears. Bruh, you want to play football or not? It's really that simple. He wants to make it this long, drawn-out process. Aaron, we really feel like for you to come. That's what he wants. He wants Mark Murphy or Gutekunst to pick up the phone, maybe Matt LaFleur to pick up the phone. Hey, Aaron, we really would like to have you back. We want you to come back. He wants them coming on, it's Valentine's Day. So he wants them to come with like 2,000 roses, back the truck up, a dump truck full of roses, and dump them out on his porch.
True.
To show their love and adoration that they have for him. And how could the Green Bay Packers possibly move forward into the 2023 season without him at quarterback? Aaron, would you please come back? What can we do to make it right? As opposed to, Aaron, you know the last 3 years you come up small, right? You know, you told us that you wanted a home playoff game. You wanted a home championship game.
Yep.
Because all the championship games that you've had has been on the road. You got one, and what you do with it? You had the #1 seed the next year.
You did.
And you had Jimmy G at home, and what'd you do with it? And you had a winner-take-all game. If you go to the playoffs, if you beat Jared Goff, and you were at home, what'd you do with it? So you keep telling me you want all this, this, and this, and when you get this, this, and this, you do that?
Yep, you do that.
Go ahead.
As you say, miss me with all that. Okay, my turn. I always try to be open-minded to these things. I don't necessarily believe in this, but I'm not going to dismiss it as a possible way to look deeply inside your psyche, your heart, your soul.
You're going to look in the mirror.
Yeah, go look in the mirror. Okay, but I don't dismiss it. I don't discount it because I haven't tried it.
No.
Not sure I will try it, but it's not me. It's just not the way I operate.
Right.
I'm not a ayahuasca guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he says this time no ayahuasca, although this isolation can trigger whatever this other thing is called. Yeah, DMT. DMT. All right. So it's like me running on the treadmill. I like to trigger endorphins.
Yeah.
I believe in them in your system. You can lift weights as hard as you can. All of a sudden they'll just trigger.
Right.
And man, you're skying.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You're flying.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm just doing it with natural DMT. Okay. The point is, I don't mind him trying these things. I don't condemn it, but he volunteered this. He announced, I'm going to try an isolation retreat, which is to me the equivalent of when you give money to charity. If you give, it's like the Bible says, don't display alms before men.
Yes.
Don't go to the sanctuary and tell everybody, I just gave millions of dollars to so-and-so.
You know, and Skip, you know the thing was I've donated money, and then it came out that I donated, so now I do it anonymously.
Okay.
You don't need to know. I ain't doing that.
Likewise. Touche. Thank you. This is not anonymous. He's going public with it. I'm going to do this. He is the ultimate blame deflector. He is the ultimate all-time media manipulator. He is the ultimate fan body manipulator because he manipulates Packer Nation into making himself a sympathetic figure after coming up smaller and smaller and smaller at home. And all of a sudden,
he gets smaller, Skip.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he did okay against Tampa, and then he was like this tall against Tampa, then he was this tall against San Francisco, and he was like right here against Detroit.
Right. And the first one, going back, 2 years ago. That was for all that was to get to the Super Bowl with your first ever home NFC Championship game. And then you just had a divisional game at home as the 1 seed. And then you were relegated to having to play Detroit, the Lions, for a playoff berth.
And remember that was a fluke.
Yeah.
You know, but Aaron throw 3 interceptions in the end zone, he'll clean that up, and they'll run away.
Okay.
I lost the case of do betting on it because you said Detroit was going to beat them.
I did. Okay, so now he has managed to once again flip that whole script into turning himself into a sympathetic figure. Aaron, please come back.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah.
We're not ready to go forward with Jordan Love. We need you, Aaron, please. Well, the joke is ultimately on Green Bay management because they gave him his money and they held themselves hostage, right?
Yes. And what did it get him?
It got him this, because speaking of a darkness retreat, Green Bay management has lived in a darkness retreat for the last 5 years with Aaron Rodgers because they never know in the offseason. It was bad enough what Brett Favre kept spinning them through the offseason, but this is even getting worse because I don't know whether I'm going to. Maybe I will.
I need a retreat.
I need a darkness retreat to get to what he calls a final decision. I think you know exactly.
Bro, you want to play yes or no?
$50 million sitting on the table.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's going to play. You want to bet? I'll bet you $5 that he takes the $50 million.
I bet he does too.
Yeah, come on. We know what's going to happen, but he's got to play it out. He's like human clickbait now, and he knows exactly that he's going to force Shannon and Skip to talk about this, and he's sitting somewhere watching us cackling, hooting, keying.
And guess what? He ain't in isolation.
No.
He watching TV.
He's watching TV. So that's the point. He gets us every time because he's a big deal. He's one of the best quarterbacks still. He's a Hall of Famer, obviously. He's first ballot. We get all that.
Yes.
But he's done little to nothing lately, and he's really done little to nothing since that 12-year-ago Super Bowl that he won.
All I know is he said he wanted a home championship game at Lambeau. You know, he ain't get up there, Skip. He sit back in the chair, he's all cavalier, slow talking, and use big words. That Cal education.
Well, he's got us.
Come up small. Small and smaller.
He drives a Lambo, but he doesn't play very well at Lambeau, right?
I'll have him picture for a Lambeau type of guy.
See?
I think he'll pick up type of guy.
Really?
Yeah,
okay,
I do.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, he can play golf. I'll give you that.
Says
Maybe
this
he should
retreat
be a pro golfer.
Has been on his calendar for months, guys, and apparently they drop food through a slot to you a few times a day.
That's prison.
Not for me.
That's what they do in prison. They're in solitary. When they put your butt in solitary confinement, they drop food to you through a slot.
No. Wonder what kind of food this is.
I imagine it cost a pretty penny, though, Shannon. That's my bet.
Caviar,
Not
steak and
prison
lobster.
food. Yep.
All right, Shannon, we got to get your perspective on LeBron's achievement last night since you were sitting courtside.
He was there.
Everybody stay tuned. That's coming up next right here on Undisputed.